What is up, guys? And welcome back to the channel and a new series that we're going to call Weekly Chats with Lett Unfiltered, okay? So I chat on in my Instagram stories like this. So I just want to see what y'all think about it. If it's entertaining, if you enjoy it, y'all let me know, okay? Opinions are warranted, okay? I'm asking for your opinion here, so give it to me in a respectful way, because I don't want to have to block nobody. All right, let's be adults here. And basically, when I go on my Instagram stories, which I'm getting ready to do after I finish this video, child, I just talk about whatever. So let's jump right in, shall we? All right, so y'all might not know this, or yes, I have mentioned it, y'all. Remember I was telling y'all about, I can't believe that I have been iron deficient for decades. Shame on me. Shame on me, right? And so I don't know why I was so opposed to getting iron transfusions. I just didn't like how it sounded. Listen, infused in me, it's a no. I just didn't like how it sounded. But after years of like taking an iron pill, even taking some liquid iron, and my iron numbers still being in the single digits, like years ago when I still lived in Laurel, my iron was a 7. Y'all, do y'all know not too long ago, my iron was at an 8? What? This iron is not even moving on the scales? Please. And my doctor was like, she wanted she wanted it to be at a 12. I'm like, so I'm like, all right, fine. She was like, this doctor, she cracks me up. I thought I was going to have to break up with her at one point. But she just really wants me to be healthy. And I'm just a horrible patient. Okay? Know thyself. So she was like, go to Dr. Thien. I'm going to have, it was somebody in her office. I'm going to have so-and-so call Dr. Thien's office. They're going to make you an appointment. I'm like, she making sure I get to this hematologist. So she want to make her office make my appointment. That's how bad she want me to get it done, okay? So anyway, so I go to Dr. Thien. She's like, okay, we're talking about it. We're going to go ahead and do it. Okay. So they got to run it through the insurance or whatever, get back to me. So approximately, I'm going to have to pay about $50 a session, right? I ain't got the bill yet because I guess it got to wait till I'm finished, right? So, you know, sooner or later, I'm going to have to pay about $200, okay, to make sure I done got this iron infused in my system, right? So, I had to have 4 sessions and go once a week. So, for the past 3 weeks, I have been taking leave from work to go and have these iron transfusions. So, the first time it happened, I mean, I just felt so ragged, okay? I felt so ragged, y'all. I was just like, woo, this can't be life. And I still had to go home and fix myself dinner. I said, okay, girl, lesson learned on this, because I feel like every scenario is a lesson learned. Are you learning your lessons, okay? Question for you. So I said, okay, girl, when we get these iron transfusions, just treat yourself to dinner. We cannot be bothered. We've already been up early. We've already went to work for some hours. The iron transfusion, I have an IV hooked up to my arm, and I'm there for an hour and 30 minutes. First, they run a steroid through me to make sure I take the iron okay, nothing happens. Then they pump the iron in me. Then they take it out, but they still leave the freaking IV in for 30 minutes. To like make sure I don't have an adverse reaction. So for an hour and 30 minutes, I got this IV in my arm. Now, I'm just explaining the process to y'all because I'm in here with patients with cancer having chemo. So there's no way that I can complain with an IV being in my arm for an hour and 30 minutes when people getting chemo, they're there for hours. So I was like, girl, please shut up. We all in here just trying to live, okay? So, I just wanted to explain the process. So, y'all, yesterday, Friday, the 13th. I woke up. It was my last iron appointment. Y'all, was so excited, okay? I'm like, yes, I'm about to be able to put this behind me. Get thee behind me iron infusions. So, my appointment was at 1:30. Of course, I left work 12:45. I get there. I write myself in at 1:21. I go sit down. You know, things are going on. You know, there's an actual candy striper. Have y'all heard about a candy striper? Which is people that walk around in hospitals bringing good cheer, giving people candy. They call them a candy striper. I didn't know it was a real thing, but I've definitely heard about it. So it was an older lady dressed up in whatever she was dressed up in, going around giving candy. But then something happened. She wanted to go in the back with the cancer patients. She is a cancer survivor herself. And she wanted to go back there and give them candy. But she couldn't. She couldn't like go to the actual patients for some reason, which I don't know. But they said she can go to the nurse station. When I tell you, homegirl was not happy about that. She was so upset that she went to the nurse station. I guess she probably told them. She gave them the little candy bag she had. She came back out and she was like, yeah, she gave me a candy bag. It had a pack of peanut butter crackers and some candies in there. And yes, I ate it last night, okay? And so everything was individually wrapped, okay? Because if it wasn't, that thing would have went in the trash. So she came back out. And she was just like, I just feel so sad. It just makes me sad that I can't go back there, you know, where my friends are, you know, people that, whatever. She started to cry. She was really, I was like, wow. So then one of the nurses from the back, she came out, gave her a hug, and took her and sat down with her and was talking to her or whatever the case may be. Now, while all this is going on, also something's going on with they had some bags of Girl Scout cookies in there. It was white bags with all these hearts on them, talking about take one, you know, yada yada yada. So free Girl Scout cookies was there. I wasn't taking them. I don't need nobody's Girl Scout cookies. I eat enough junk on my own. And so yeah, so that's just, I'm setting the scene, right? Y'all, at about 1:50 something, the doctor's office is calling me, and I'm like, what is this? I ain't answer, but she left a message. She was like, Miss Simmons, we're gonna have to reschedule your appointment because of the time, and you know, yada yada yada, as if I'm not there in the waiting room. I haul up to the reception desk. I said, look, they in the back calling me, talking about they gonna have to reschedule. What are they talking about when I'm here? My appointment is at 1:30. I was like, can you go back there and see what's going on? She was like, yeah. When I went back and sat down, my brain had already put together what happened. Them people at the front desk did not check me in, y'all. They didn't check me in, so the people in the back didn't even know I was there. They had to cancel the appointment because it's Friday. And I don't know, I guess maybe they wanted to leave a little bit early. I'm being so honest with y'all because I believe they close at like 4 or 4:30. I'm in the IV for an hour and 30 minutes. It was only 1:50 something. My appointments have been at 1:45. And also, I typically was going on a Thursday. The previous appointment, and they always printed out my schedule when I was in the back. The previous appointment, when they printed out my schedule, that thing said 9:30 Friday. Now, I had always had an afternoon appointment on a Thursday. I said, excuse me, doctor, RN. But I said her name. I'm just not saying people's names on here. I said, why is this saying 9:30 on Friday? She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to talk to you about that. We overbooked for Thursday. Y'all see this? This is already strike one, though. And I meant to talk. So what if I didn't say nothing, y'all? Like, what? That's why we have to read and pay attention. Because people are just ready to just do whatever they will with us, okay? So I was like, no. Because a 9:30 appointment don't work for me. Are you nuts? I'm up here. I would rather go to work and take leave for some hours in the afternoon and come here. Like, I don't understand why doctor's offices, what McFly, hello, why do they not understand that we work? I have health insurance through my employer. Why do you think I can come here at 9:30 in the morning? No, that's stupid. And maybe some people would rather. Maybe some people, but no, I'm getting an element input into my body. I'm not going to work after that. That's dumb. It's just dumb. Okay? No. So I was like, no, I cannot. What do you have for the afternoon? And so that's when it was 1:30 Friday. Okay? So the lady going in the back, my brain is saying, they didn't check you in. They done effed up. And when I tell y'all know I be at church on Sunday. Y'all know I be reading my Bible, doing my devotions, talking to the Lord. So as I'm sitting there, y'all, there is a battle of Melita being pissed off and what would Jesus do? That is the battle that is like raging inside me. I'm talking about raging, okay? Because I've been taking leave to come here. This was supposed to be my last thing. Now y'all done effed up. So, then the nurse come, Miss Simmons, and I go to her, and she's already with her little computer. So, what time works best? I said, excuse you? I said, I was here. She said, well, we didn't notice back here you weren't checked in. So, we didn't know, and you know the length of time that your process takes. She said, so what's a good time for you? I said, a good time is now. That's a good time. I said, but I'll call y'all back. I said, because this is unfair. And I left. Because in order for me to be Melita, what would Jesus do? There was no way I could talk. There was no way. Because when I tell y'all I wanted to shut the place down with Melita enraged and all the curse words, that's what I wanted to do. Okay? But I don't like blocking my blessings, okay? I feel like I have a very blessed life. Do things go my way all the time? Heck no, all right? No, they don't, all right? But for the big picture, I feel like God and the angels do their thing. I feel like I'm always protected. I pay my tithes. I've been paying my tithes since 2009. I ain't never been homeless. I ain't never been hungry. Okay? Y'all see me. I'm not a skinny girl. All right? So, I couldn't. I wanted to. Instead, I went to my car. I was furious. And of course, when I walked out, she was like, I'm sorry. I'm thinking, keep your sorry. Because, anyway. I went to that car, y'all. I called Marquis in shambles. And I was crying. I was cussing. I just went off. I just let it out and just told him how I felt. He was like, I am so sorry that happened. And, I was just able to talk it through with him just to come on down, right? And then after that, I was pretty much fine. I was checking out I still went ahead, got my dinner. I still treated myself. I researched some Thai food. I was in Glen Burnie, so I researched this Thai place. What did they give it? A 4.5 or a 4.7? It was either 4. I think it was a 4.5. Got me some Thai food. It was pretty. What would I rate it? What was it called? Mali Thai. I think it was called Mali Thai. I will say this. I got some crab ragoon. I'm never going to be able to eat crab ragoon from the carry out again because that's foolishness. That was some delicious crab ragoon that I had. Oh, yeah, and it made me say, I got to research if it's a Thai place close to me. Roms took me to this Thai place by my birthday in Laurel. Thai Laurel. Freaking delicious. That place was bomb. So yeah, what would I rate that food? Maybe like a 7 out of 10. Like, I would definitely go back for the crab ragoon. Oh, and they gave me something. Because even in my anger, right? So I'm at this restaurant. It's a Thai restaurant. So, of course, you know, this is whatever that culture is. My food was like $43. I gave him a $50 bill. And he was like, I'll be back. I said, just keep it. Like, please. I'm having a horrible day. Let me do something nice, right? Let me just switch the atmosphere. He was like, oh, can I give you something? I said, okay. Like, I ain't turning down nothing free, okay? Please. And I thought he was saying Pepsi, but that's not what he was saying. He gave me a Thai tea. And he came back with, you know, with it. And it was orange. And I was like, what is this? And he was like, it's Thai tea. He said, so shake it up a little bit. I said, okay. So I got to the car. I shook it up. So he was like, it's tea and cream. But the tea was like orange, right? And, of course, it had ice in it. Y'all, why was that so freaking delicious? I'm like, oh, my God. Wait, man. What? So now I'm going to have to be getting Thai tea. Okay? Because it was phenomenal. And I'm going to have to figure where are these tea bags at? I don't really like tea. Like, I have tried my best to like tea. And I don't like it. Okay? But that Thai tea, and the reason why I probably like it, though, because it had cream in it. It did taste, it was just so freaking good. So, I'm going to have to figure that out. Like, where are these orange tea bags from? Because this ain't no Lipton. All right? So, yeah, it was delicious. So, did that. Me and Marquis are on the phone or whatever. Because what did he want me to get him? Oh, he wanted something to drink. Y'all, then the doctor called me. She was like, I didn't answer, of course. She left a message and she was like, Miss Simmons, on behalf of my office, I want to apologize to you. I didn't listen to her. I read it. You know how you can read it on the iPhone? So I read the message. And she was like, I want to apologize to you. You know, I'm so sorry. Please call me back. Y'all. And I think she called me back like 2 more times. I'm like, I'm not talking to y'all today, though. I'm done here. Because the point is, because if she didn't call me, I was never going to that place again. And I told Marquis, I said, Marquis, the doctor called me. He was like, she probably got another place you can go to. I said, you know what? She do got another place I can go to. I said, because, babe, I literally never want to go to that place again. Like, I am hot. And I always thought that people were so nice. Like, and the lady at the front, I just always thought she was so nice. But the devil still be so busy. But still, you can't reach for the clipboard? What? Because when I walked in there, y'all were on the phone. You can't pick up the clip. What, man? So at any rate, TBD on that, y'all. Because, you know, I know the doctors, they going to get the calling on Monday, honey. So I'm going to have to answer and just deal with it. And, you know, see when I can do it again. And I don't know. I don't know when I will. Juneteenth. I just don't know. Because now here y'all come effing around on my Juneteenth holiday. Unless if they had a Wednesday afternoon appointment. That's the only thing I would do. Other than that, no. I got to go try to see if I can get an oil change on Thursday. Friday, I'm getting my hair done. Y'all not in that. No IV. No. So, y'all. Oh my gosh. But yeah, then I had me and my friends, we be in a group chat and we be talking through voice notes. So I left a voice note in our group chat and they was like, nah, Lee, you that crash out was warranted. I was like, oh, okay, thank y'all for feeling my pain. They was like, and I probably would have cried right there at the desk. I probably wouldn't even, they was like, two of them was like, I probably wouldn't even have made it to the car. I was like, y'all, they was like, so you did good. I was like, okay, well, thank y'all for that, because I'm just trying to make it out here. But okay, y'all, so that is that for our little weekly story time. See y'all next week. See y'all next week for whatever hijinks, all right, are going to be out here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment. We're going to run this for a month and see what we do. See y'all in my next video.